Hello, it's Jim Hutchins for the Jerusalem Connection Truth Report for this week. The parashah, the Torah portion for the week, includes a reading from Exodus chapter 12. And this gives us the account of the Passover. This is the last of the 12 plagues that God imposes upon the Egyptians as a result of their holding the Jewish people in bondage. There's been 9 plagues up to this. This is the 10th plague, and it's the slaying of the firstborn of all Egyptians, men and their animals as well. And God says, when I see the blood of the Passover lamb, I will pass over them. And he instructs them to put put the blood on the top and on the sides of the door. I'm going to read the passage from Exodus chapter 12, just a portion of it. And Yahweh said to Moses and Aaron in Egypt, Tell the community of Israel that on the 10th day of this month, each man is to take a lamb. Take a lamb on the 10th day. Take care of them until the 14th day. And you can imagine how attached the children especially could be to this lamb after 4 days of this lamb being amongst them in their own homes. Take care of them until the 14th day of the month, when all the people of the community of Israel must slaughter them at twilight. They must slaughter this lamb that they've held for 4 days, must slaughter them at twilight. Then they are to take some of the blood, put it on the sides and the tops of the door frames of the houses where they eat the lambs. They're to eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover. The blood will be a sign for you on the houses where you are. When I see the blood, I will pass over. And God is saying, when I see the blood on the doorposts, the door frames of the Jewish people, I will pass over them and I will not take their firstborn. That's a very, very deliberate truth, very special truth. And many Christians are asked, are we to, as Christians, are we to participate in the feasts and festivals of Judaism? Well, we don't kill a lamb as we memorialize Passover. But we do have an indication from the New Testament as to how to do that. And that is given to us by none other than Jesus himself. In the Gospels, we see that Jesus came together with his disciples during Passover, and it's during that Passover Seder, that Passover meal, that he institutes what we call the Lord's Supper, when he infused new meaning to the bread and the cup. And he said, as often as you eat this bread and drink this cup, you do proclaim the Lord's death. You proclaim his Passover until he comes. So it is something that we should celebrate, we should memorialize, we should take advantage of any and every time that we can. Frankly, I think that should be done every week. We did that in our congregation, and I would encourage you to consider that. Have a place where you can share the Passover meal, the Lord's Supper, the bread and the cup every week, and so remember him in that way. And we're reminded, actually, of the significance of this in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, where the apostle says, For Christ, for Messiah, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed for us. Therefore let us keep the feast, not with the old yeast and the yeast of malice and wickedness, but with the bread without yeast, the bread of sincerity and of truth, the unleavened bread. Christ is our Passover, and he is the one whose blood the Father sees. And when he sees the blood of Jesus Christ applied to us, he passes over us, he pardons us, he accepts us, he forgives us. Jesus, the Messiah, is our Passover lamb, and that indeed is the truth.